Welcome back, everyone. This is Mondo All Day, back to another video. And in this video, we'll be taking a look at Flash, or The Flash. This is going to be the Gold Label Walmart exclusive. This is going to be Walmart from The Flash Dawn of DC. This is more recent. And here we have the Platinum Reverse Flash from the New 52 era. As always, I'll be talking about the figures itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the support channel, put to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at each one. We'll start off with the Flash. So here's the front of the box, this side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. And here's going to be Reverse Flash, front of the box, this side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. Alright, and I did get a damage right there. You can see that damage on it right here. So it's all good though overall. Alright, now let's take a look at these figures outside the box. As always, they do come with a card. The front of the card looks like for Reverse Flash. The back of the card. And the card for the Flash, Wally West, if I remember correctly. The back of the card. And yep, it's Wally West Flash. They do come with accessories. So Reverse Flash comes with something we've all seen before. It's going to be this weird lightning bolt that goes in back of Reverse Flash. And you can actually articulate this. This is pretty darn cool, right? You can see that right there. So you can have it straight, or you can have it up, or whatnot. But there's that. And it comes with this, like, lightning bolt that's red. Put it on his feet, right? It's flat. And then it comes with other lightning bolts as well, too. So it comes with two small ones on here. Oops. Two small ones. Similar to the other ones we've gotten so far from the Reverse Flash and the regular Flash. Well, there you go. You have it on here. And two mid-size lightning bolts that are red. And then the Flash Wally West comes with yellowish lightning bolts, right? It comes with 3 pieces, from what I can tell, right? Oh, 4 pieces, excuse me. So here's a small one. Here is a big one. Put in his hand. Another big one. And last but not least, a small one as well, too. And of course, both come with regular puck stands. Now let's take a look at the articulation. We'll start off with Reverse Flash, the Platinum one. So, head, left, right, up, down, shoulder, bicep, elbow, wrist. I can get it to wrist. There you go. Wrist. Then torso, swivel, then leg, knees, ankles, and of course toes as well. So overall, the articulation on this figure, it's good overall. Now let's talk about the figure itself. And this headpiece, it is really good looking headpiece. It's similar to the comics where it does have that grin. It has that nice yellow eyes, which is weird because the image on the card has a little bit of red eyes, but a little bit of a yellow. Here is like a really bright yellow. It's not a deal breaker, but it's like, really, come on now. But the headpiece looks good. I do like the whole red. Not really red, like maroon paint on it. You got the painted lips on there, right? You definitely see the cheekbone. And then you have like the headpiece, like weird, like it's ripping through like the skin, which is pretty menacing. It looks pretty darn good, I'll be honest with you. And then you have here the lightning bolts, pretty long lightning bolts. Right, you can see that they're just mustard kind of color look to it, and just matte to it. Not much to it in terms of shine. And then we have here like the hair, which is kind of all slick back. You can see right there perfectly, right? Similar to what's his name? Oh my God, what's his name? The the Green Lantern that we've gotten. Sinestro. You know how Sinestro has his kind of hair slicked back. Boom, here we have it as well too here. And so overall, the headpiece on this figure, on this Reverse Flash, it looks good overall. Very similar to the comics. You got the nice little grin face, right? You get the eyebrows painted on there. And just the headpiece itself looks really good. And here we have the arms. The arms have a similar look to another figure because, yes, this is a repaint from another one, which I'll talk about in a bit. I'll show you in a bit. But here we have the black base paint, but you have here like the red on it. I wish it was more textured as opposed to just paint, but it just painted red on here, which is fine. Then you have here the tricep have this kind of design on it. You can see perfectly. You can actually feel that texture. And then here the forearms, you got more of the maroon, not really red, but maroon, excuse me. The maroon paint on there. And here's going to be the other side as well too. Right? Black base paint. And it's more like a maroon color. I know my camera makes it look as red, but it's actually not red. It's like maroon. Same kind of style as on the other side. It's going to also be present here. This textured feel to it. And also painted here on the forearms. And then here we have the upper torso, that the mustard colored look on the lightning bolt, and of course that red or maroon paint, excuse me. It's technically supposed to be red, but it looks maroon. But you get what I'm saying. So nice paint on it. I do like the application. You got more of that textured here on his obliques. Very spandex-like upper body, and the back just plain black, not much to it. And you can see here the little hole for this particular. Boom, we can put it on there like that. So, showing you how that works. And so, overall, the upper body on this figure, it's good overall. I like it. I mean, I like the character. If you don't know, this is going to be the brother of Iris West, the love life for Barry Allen. This is his brother. This is from the New 52 era. So, they changed the Reverse Flash. But anyways. And so, this headpiece, I got to say, it looks good. The upper body, it is a reprint from another figure, which, again, you'll see what I'm referring to. But this figure itself, it looks good, man. I do like this whole maroon paint on it. It looks nice. It is painted. Again, I wish it was more textured, but it's fine though overall. The back is very plain, but then again, that's how it looks like from what I remember. Can't remember. It's been a while since I read the book, but anyways, overall, the body, I gotta say, it looks good. The headpiece, though, top notch. Is it like 10 out of 10? No, but it looks good though. Did he do squats? Oh yeah, he definitely does squats. Nightwing, you got some competition on there, but you got the squats on there. Here's the back of the legs, just not much to it. Here's the back of the feet, or the calf muscle, right? You got a little bit of design on there. The back of the legs, or the boot, I should say. Here is the side of the boot, as well as the feet. Right, just plain black, not much to it. And here's going to be front of the shins and the feet as well too. No much paint to it, and then just black. And then here we have more of that maroon paint on it on his thighs. Again, just painted on here, and you got more of that textured, right? That textured material on it on the side of the thighs, and it goes all the way from the sides, obliques, all the way down to the side of his thighs, right? And so just very basic base paint, black with the maroon paint on it, and with that mustard cut of color. It's supposed to be yellow, but it looks mustard to me. And so overall, this figure itself, it looks good. It's a very clean looking Reverse Flash. It's from the New 52 era. So I know when people think of Reverse Flash, they think of this particular one. But in this era, they created this Reverse Flash, which is Iris West's brother. And it looks good, man. I can't hate on it. Good looking figure. I just wish the maroon paint was more of actually red as opposed to maroon. That's kind of a bummer because, again, look at this, right? Look at this. Look at that, red, and look at this, right? Unless McFarlane's going to release this figure that's not platinum, maybe a gold label where it's actually like a shiny red, I'm all for it. But this being a platinum, which I'll talk about that in a bit regarding pricing, because it's a platinum, it looks good overall. I like it. I just don't like the whole platinum thing, which I'll talk about in a bit. But overall, good looking figure. Very simple, clean. But that whole lightning to it, that's maroon, it's supposed to be red. It looks good though. So to me, I like this figure. Now let's take a look at Wally West Flash. We'll start off with the articulation. So head, left, right, up, down, shoulder articulation, bicep, elbow. There you got wrist. There you have torso. Then we have swivel. And then we do leg, knees, ankles, and of course toes as well. Overall, the articulation on this figure, it's really good overall. And I say it's going to be similar in terms of articulation because, let's be honest, this is going to be a repaint from another figure, which I unfortunately cannot find it. But yeah, this is going to be a repaint from the previous Flash figure that we got from the DC Rebirth era. And even though it's a repaint, I think this is probably a better version compared to the other one, which I'll show in a bit why. Again, I don't have that figure, but I'll have an image. But when I compare it, you'll see what I mean. But anyways, this headpiece, good looking headpiece. You know me, I'm a sucker for white eyes. Boom, we have the white eyes on here. Looks really, really nice. Kind of creepy with that grin, but it does have the black shadowing around his eyes, which makes it pop even more. Then you got the painted teeth, the painted lips, and the nice little grin on there, which looks good. In certain angles, it looks creepy, but others looks like it's cheerful. It's nice. It's like it's happy. The headpiece looks good, but the gold paint is a standout. The base paint is actually red. I say actually because the previous one was more of like a faded red a little bit. This is more red, like cherry red, and it really pops, especially with this gold paint. Because this gold paint here has that kind of like pearl to it in a way, a little bit, very little. You can't really tell too much because it's very, very small, but it does have a little bit of pearl gold, and it pops really well with that cherry base red paint. It just a standout. And having this headpiece with it too, the detail in the facial expression, like you can even see the dimples. Look at that, right? Look at the dimples. And so this headpiece, it is top notch. I think this headpiece is better compared to this one. This is really good. I like it, but it's missing something. This has that something. Facial expression is good. The paint, the base paint is good, but that gold right here just pops. This is just a mustard matte color. Having this kind of shine to it, it really does pop. Here we have the arms. Similar to this one, you got that kind of design here on the tricep and the shoulder as well too. It's just plain, red or cherry red. Then you have the forearms have this kind of outline to it, right? The gold, similar kind of gold that's on here paint, also present here on the forearms, which is a standout. You got the open hands, and here we have a right fist on his right hand. And again, similar to the left hand, you're going to have that base cherry red, but that texture to it, and of course the forearms have that gold paint. And then here we have the upper torso, which is going to also have that gold paint. Again, I'm repeating myself multiple times because it's really good looking. This whole shiny gold to it just pops, and again, having that cherry red on it, the base paint, it really does stand out really, really good. Even from a distance, it just pops, right? Then you have that white paint underneath. You can see more of the abdomen, more of that texture on his obliques, and the back is going to be, well, just plain red, not much to it. And again, this is the hole where you can put either this right here, or if you have the other Flash, which I can't find it, you can put the other one, which I believe is like yellowish, lightning bolts. And so overall, the figure itself, it looks good. The upper body looks really good. The headpiece is a standout, but that gold paint is just good choice on this gold shiny paint. It just pops. These are squats. He better because, well, this is a repaint from the previous one, and of course, yes, he does do squats. Nightwing, you have some competition. Similar to the Reverse Flash, here is the back of the hamstrings. Not much to it. Right, you get back of the boot. You can see a little bit of sculpture design. Here is the side as well too. And here is going to be the front, right, the feet, the shin, and then here's going to be the legs. Legs are muscle tone. Again, similar to Reverse Flash, you got that texture here on the side, obliques, and the side of his upper torso, and then you have the gold around the underwear. This one has a maroon, just plain matte maroon. This one has a nice shiny gold, and again, I'm telling you, when you see it in person, that gold paint just pops more. But here's my problem with this figure, right? Headpiece, top notch. Base coat, cherry red, top notch. That gold paint, top notch, right? And here's my problem with this figure. The boots. The boots do not have the gold paint. Just look at that, right? Look at the gold paint, right? Look at the gold. Look at the gold. right? You can see the shine to it, right? Boom. Just has that plain yellow paint. Oh, man, McFarlane, you were right there. This could have been like the Flash figure that we all should have in our display piece. But you dropped the ball with the paint. Come on, you were right. You had it here. You had it here. You had it here. You had it here. And really, you missed out on the biggest part that could make this figure like pop. Just, oh, come on. It's a missed opportunity, McFarlane, right there. I understand maybe you missed this, right? Small. Or this is small. Or even this, a bit small. But the boots, come on, McFarlane, you're better than that, man. You should have painted this gold like this, right? Just look at that. This pops. This is just bright. But it doesn't look good because this is like nice shiny gold. But it's like, wait a minute, why is this not gold? So that's my only gripe with this figure. That the boots are not painted the same kind of gold. Come on, McFarlane, you were right there. Overall, this figure, top notch. And I'll compare it to the previous one. And again, the previous one has more of like a faded red. This has a cherry red. It just pops. And again, that gold paint looks good. The boot, McFarlane, if you were right here, I would give her that Buddy Love talk. But anyways, overall, this figure, it's a good looking figure. The headpiece, really good looking figure. The base paint, like I said, it just pops. And that gold, oof. But the boot, come on, McFarlane. But regardless of that, though, I still like this figure. And to me, this might be my figure that I might have it displayed as my main Flash figure. But I'm really liking this figure. My friend did a really good job with this repaint. Because it is a repaint, because if you use this mold quite a few times, you have this one, this one, this one, and the two previous Rebirth Flash figures. But anyways, great looking figure, but the boots was my biggest gripe. So at the end of the day, you always got to ask yourself this one question: are they really worth it? Should you go out and get these figures? We'll start off with Wally West. For $23 for what you're getting, I would say, yeah, it's a good looking figure. For the price, I think it's a good deal. The headpiece looks good. The base paint cherry red looks good, as I mentioned. The gold looks good. I know the boot has that yellow paint. Could have been gold, but it does come with extra accessories. Granted, there have been accessories you've gotten before, but I mean, for $23 for what you're getting, I would say it's a good deal for it. Okay, Reverse Flash. Here's my gripe with this one. The figure itself, for the price, I think for $23, I think it's a good deal. You get the accessories, granted we got it before, but the figure itself looks good. My only problem, though, is that this is not $23 because, well, it is technically $23, but if you can get it for $23. I say that because, well, as we all know, it's a platinum one, so I know they come with one per case, and each case has 6 figures. You only get one Reverse Flash. So if you can get it for $23, definitely a good deal. $25, $30. Personally, the most I would pay for this figure, if I'm going to be completely honest, no more than $30. Anything above that, to me, is not really worth it. I usually don't pay over retail. I'm more of like, if I miss out, screw it, I miss out. So to me, anything over $30 for this particular figure, I don't think it's really worth it. Apart from the price, though, what I think about the figures itself, they both look really, really good. To me, the standout's going to be that Wally West. I'm telling you, when you see that gold paint, it'll grab your attention with that cherry red. It just pops. My gripe with it, though, is going to be the boots. Like, really, McFarlane could have just painted it gold. Reverse Flash, nice, clean-looking figure. I do like the whole maroon or supposedly red paint that's around the arms and the legs and so forth. So, I like them both overall. So, what do I give these two figures? These two figures, they both get a thumbs up for me. Reverse Flash, it gets a thumbs up if you get it for retail for $25 or no more than $30. Anything above that, I do not know. Wally West, thumbs up for me. I have my issue with the boot, but even though I have my issues with the boots, it's still a great looking figure. So both get a thumbs up for me. But for Wally West, for Reverse Flash, depending on the price, if you pay more than $30, thumbs down. Below $30, thumbs up. And here we have Reverse Flash and also Reverse Flash. Now, as I mentioned, this is going to be repaint from a previous one, which is this one. In terms of the sculpture design, they're pretty much identical in terms of the sculpture design. Of course, the main difference is going to be the headpiece and the color, but everything else pretty much identical. So there is that. They both look really good. The funny thing is, when this one came out, people were like, oh, I'll get it one day. And apparently this has gone up in price because it's been kind of hard to get. So if you can get this one, get it now before it's gone. I've seen them go for like 35 bucks. Heck no. I got it for retail for 20 at that time. So yeah, try to get one before they're gone. But nonetheless, we have Reverse Flash next to Reverse Flash. Here we have Wally West next to, well, Wally West. They're both the same sculpture design. Of course, the headpiece is going to be different, obviously, right? But the accent colors, that's where it pops. Like this one, the silver paint just popped. Look at that silver paint, just popped, right? Look at the feet, right? Look at the boot, right? Look at here, the underwear, forearms, the chest, and so forth. It just grabs your attention. Same thing here. That gold just pops. But the boots, oh, come on, McFarlane. The boots. What's up with the boots? But nonetheless, here we have Wally West and Wally West. And as I mentioned, similar to the Reverse Flashes, same thing here. Wally West figures. The sculpture design, the base sculpture design's there. The headpiece is different. Of course, the color's different. You get what I'm saying. And here we have Impulse. I believe this is a Target exclusive. And of course, Reverse Flash and Wally West. Here we have a different design in terms of a speedster. Usually we get a lot of speedsters that are very similar to this because, well, it's a good base figure or good sculpture. But I believe it's the first time we get something different from the speedsters. But here we have Impulse next to Reverse and Flash. And since we're talking about Flash, you got to talk about, of course, Barry Allen. This is going to be Barry Allen from the Flashpoint storyline, Target exclusive. This is going to be unmasked. I know it comes with 2 different headpieces. This one and the regular headpiece. I prefer this one. This is a very clean, very simple design Flash figure. At first, I wasn't feeling it. But after a while, I'm like, you know, I'm starting to like it. I like the headpiece. The sculpture looks really good. And this whole look overall is just very clean. I'm starting to dig it. But this one came out. Honestly, I'm liking this particular Flash. And as I mentioned, this is probably going to be, you know, it is going to be my Flash figure for display for the Justice League. And of course, Reverse Flash. Just wanted to show you the one and only Barry Allen. But you tell me, which one do you prefer of sculpture design? This sculpture design of Flash, which has been used many times, as you can see here in the back, or this more simple, clean looking design? And since we're talking about Flash, you have to incorporate none other than the Rogues, aka Captain Boomerang, the Collector's Edition one. This is a good looking figure for the price, for what you're getting. Heck yeah, definitely a must buy. There is a Planet one that I just got lucky, and I got one, so I'm happy about that. But man, even the regular one right here, Captain Boomerang, top notch. You get the scarf, the jacket, really good detail and articulation. And then you have the accessories. Again, for 30 bucks, heck yeah. And again, I have to bring him out here because great looking figure, and it's a Rogues for Flash. But nonetheless, Captain Boomerang, Reverse Flash, and Flash. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with these figures or plan to purchase these figures? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of the Wally West Flash Walmart exclusive, and of course, Reverse Flash, the Platinum Edition. And on to the next one.